I've been playing around with my new hemispherical lens. This is my little bit older one. I got it a month ago or so, month and a half, month ago. And it helped out a lot to learn some things, but I needed a bigger viewing area. So I went out and I got this guy right here. Much bigger, 100 millimeter compared to the 60 millimeter. And it, I wish I could show you. I was trying to record some of the stuff I can do with it, how it can project just about any type of light source. Any nice bright light source, you can actually focus it in and get a picture of what that light source looks like. My camera phone won't pick it up, so I'm not even going to move it to show you, but I'm going to figure out a way to be able to show you guys that. But I have been playing around with it, and I have discovered that with a focused light source, like a laser that we have here, and it also has a lens on it already, the cap here. I mean, when a laser comes out, it doesn't make all those. It usually makes, you know, just one line, one beam of light. And then this cap here is what makes it do all that kind of stuff. Now it is, here, let me show you. It is already somewhat, I don't want to say hemispherical, but it's the way that the lens is laid out. As you can see, it's already arced on the edges. Like it would be, it's perfect to make a sphere. It's like these two objects were perfect together to create what I'm going to show you right here. Now check this out. Now look at that. Is that not cool? Oh, let me rotate it around here, see if that... But yeah, you get your spherical, and you can get it to rotate on any axis, Y, Z, I mean, X. It's really, really neat what you can get this thing to do. And I had it doing something crazy here, showing like the vort. It's really neat stuff, folks. But yeah, I mean, we have a flat object, a focused light source, and a lens, and I can make a planet right there that rotates. So there you go. How do you get a spherical object that rotates up in the sky? It's possible. It is possible to create without actually having a solid object up there. I'm looking into getting some, I don't know, children's, I don't want to say hologram, projection. Things that you could project up onto the ceiling and this and that. And I'm going to see if I can't get them all to become spherical. Images that are not spherical. I mean, it's neat. You can even actually see the back part of the bend around it. Like it's breathing almost. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh. Yeah, it's really neat, folks. I've been having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, just something I want to share with you. How you can make a spherical object which rotates on a flat surface. More Star Trail experiments and stuff like that to come with this one. I've already figured out some new stuff, but I still have some more stuff I've been thinking about and looking into. If anybody has any ideas, I'd really appreciate that. I'm always open for suggestions. What I'm really looking for is a lens like this, but hollowed out. Right about here. Perfectly hollowed out on the inside and polished. I haven't been able to find one yet. I'm sure they make them, but they could be a little bit expensive. If anybody knows any place, I'd be much appreciated to just get some info on that. Just playing with the prism and the laser, seeing what I could do, and I think I can create what appears to look like a comet. It even has a bent tail going off through the sky. But I was looking at comets and they look like lights. It just looks like a pinpoint of light almost, with light coming off the tail of it. And doesn't that kind of look like one almost right there? You have something like that just moving across the sky almost. I don't know, I'm just playing around. I wanted to share that with you. I'm thinking that everything that we see in the sky, at least the luminaries, can be duplicated with a lens and a light. Some kind of lens and some kind of light. And we can duplicate all this stuff, I think. And it's really just playing around with stuff. I wasn't trying to create the comet until I kind of created, oh, that almost looks like your sundog thing going on. But yeah, there's so much stuff you can do, folks. It's really neat. Whoa, look at that. So yeah, I was just playing around and look at that. Made the comet looking thing, and then went and looked up some comet videos that they have, and I was like, oh yeah, that really does look like it. But just neat stuff. Learning every day, something new. I'm just going to show you something that I've been, that I guess I learned while experimenting. A single light source, like this flashlight, that just has one light coming out of it. You cannot make a 3D object with just a single light source. You can project it so you see perfectly, see the inside of there. There's this glass piece around here, and then it's one of those LEDs. Lightens up real bright. And then of course you know how the laser works. It has the many sources of light that come out of it. Well, that's how we get the sphere. It's with the many different sources of light hitting the different part of the lens. That's what makes it curl. Now, here, let me get this set up here. Okay, cool. Now when we have our flashlight, as you can see, when I put the lens in front of it, I can get it to focus in, and you can see exactly what the flashlight looks like. Oh. Yeah, it's right around there somewhere. It's just a little tricky because I'm trying to line up the flashlight, the lens, and where you can see also. But as you can see, it kind of shows you what the object, what the one light source is. Now, I was messing around with trying to create a the different phases of the moon. And when I was doing it with this, oh, there we go, that's much better. Let me point that down a little bit. Okay. And I noticed that when you cover this one, like already right now, I am halfway covered. You can see it's getting a little bit dimmer when I do that. Right there, it's already halfway covered. But with just the one light source, the way this lens works, it can take just a little bit of the light, like a pinhole. That's what gave me the idea, a pinhole of the light. And it has to be almost all the way covered. That's about 3/4 of the way, and it's just about gone. You can't really see it anymore. So, it doesn't work like that trying to create the moon phases. So I pulled out the laser though, and now watch this. This is pretty neat, folks. We make our sphere. Whoops, what's going on here? There we go. So we make our sphere that you can see, and then we put the oops. This thing's gonna be a pain in my butt. Okay, there we go. So we have our sphere, and we take the paper, and you get your moon phases. Sorry, I'm trying to all the way. Moon phases, figure it out. So there you go, folks. The crescents on the moon, the crescents on Venus. It's all very possible. And that was with just a piece of paper covering it up in the right way. So that's it. I just want to share with you, it takes multiple light sources, like the broken laser, to create the sphere that can rotate, and also to create the crescent it has to be like this, and the crescent is as easy as just, so there you go, folks. Crescented moon, crescented Venus. And this time I am using, I should probably show this to you, a prism with a 60-degree angle in it. Pretty neat, the stuff you can do with it. And then my good old 4-inch hemispherical. And I've been trying to recreate the Aurora Borealis, is what I'm trying to do. Now I'm just going to show you what the prism did. Look at this. It creates some weird, really weird. This is just a prism. And we can turn this to change that around a little bit. But this thing does some crazy stuff. That angle in it really, and it gave me the idea to see if I can get this to work now. Kind of getting it. As you can see how it'll morph and switch and change and disappear and come back. How was I doing that last night? I had it doing some really crazy stuff, and I'm not sure exactly I mean, you can get these things to do all kinds of stuff with a laser and a lens. You can make all kinds of weird stuff happen. Now, I'm not saying that this is how anything happens up in the sky. But the fact that we could recreate it kind of shows how easy and simple it could be for someone else to build it. The designs are not... And we got our old sphere. I was messing with 2 hemisphericals. And it's really neat because it can make a... it like brings everything back. Try this one like this. Hank, settle down, buddy. So just some neat stuff I've been playing with, folks. I actually got with just a prism. I don't think it was this one, it's my other. I also have a 45-degree prism here. And I had an arc caused by this thing. Look at that. That's the edge of the prism, and on one edge it'll be arced and the other edge it curves. Now I don't know why it does this at all, but as you can see, this prism is straight. That's all I'm doing is moving that prism in there. And there's, if you notice, there is a perfectly dark patch where the light does not go through, and all you can see what I'm doing. That's not my finger or anything like that. So just a piece of glass can also make a dark, blacked out image. I'm thinking kind of like your solar eclipse, maybe. Something like that. Lunar eclipse. I mean, here you see going through a piece of glass, nothing, there's no black line in this, yet it can make it to where the light is completely blacked out in the center. So I just wanted to share all that stuff with you guys. Still playing around, still working with Antonio on how and figuring out how the sun rises and sets to the south of Australia. But I think we have a good idea on how to do it. Now it's just acquiring the right tools for experimentation. But I think we can do it. So all those people saying that things like that are not possible, they just need to open their mind and think a little bit. And the stuff I wanted to say this. The stuff I'm doing is not anything special here, folks. All of you could do this. Alright, this is just me playing around. Now the people who made this stuff, the people who made the laser, the people who made these lenses, they're smart. Okay, they're super intelligent. But what I'm doing, I'm just like a child playing with toys here. And then just seeing what I can create. All of us can do this. It's just a matter of doing it. Just like anything else, you just have to do it. Wow, look at that. So, these things do a lot of cool stuff. And there's still a lot about light that I don't understand at all. And a lot of these lenses. So the more you out there playing and coming up with your own ideas, the quicker we're all going to figure out how all this really works. So just give it a shot. Laser was 10 bucks. Prisms and stuff, I think I got this one for $5. There's a place called gyroscopes.com where I got my gyroscope. And they have all kinds of other stuff too. I got this there. I got this one there. I have my small hemispherical eBay. And my big one, eBay as well. I think this one was 15, the other one was 8. So they're not all that super expensive, folks. So the more people playing around with this stuff, I mean, the quicker we're going to figure everything out, really. What I'm doing is not anything special. Alright? We all can do this, what I'm doing. It's just a matter of doing it. Just for starters, I made the video dark so you can see the light better. It's not just a big giant glare, you could actually kind of see what I'm trying to show you. In this video, I'm playing with the 4-inch hemispherical again. I was messing around with it, just really just taking the lamp up here that I have in the dungeon down here and seeing what I could do with it. It's really neat. It projects the image really beautifully to where you can see even the knobs and everything of. It's really neat how well it does it. And what I was thinking about was putting something over the lens. I was trying to mimic the moon. So I was going to make craters or just markings on the lens and see if I could show that on the on our finished view. And it did not work, but I will show you what I did learn from this. So all I did, I took a sock, an old sock tip, the curved part of it, and I cut some slits into it and a little slit in the middle. So it kind of looks like a wiffle ball. If you guys ever played wiffle ball, we used to play a lot when I was younger. But kind of like that, just little slits in it. And then it's really neat because what you still get is the same object. Let me get my hand out of the light a little bit here. But you have to line it up just right. And it'll be focused in, and you'll still see that object really well. But what's really, really neat is when you come down even further, the object breaks up into separate parts. And they all come into focus. It's really neat. It doesn't do it evenly because I'm keeping the back corner down and this side lifted up just a little bit. But yeah, so what this is doing is pretty much just like the eclipse. These are like the leaves of the tree breaking the light rays into multiple things. And it is showing you that image in multiple, everywhere there is light. So the question is there an eclipse or a lens in the way when there is an eclipse going on? Now I'm going to switch over to another video here real quick and show you one more thing that I've noticed. So I'll see you here in 1 sec. Alright everybody, I noticed this the other day while I was making that video trying to do the Northern Lights. Now we have our sphere here. Let's pretend like this is the sun. Now all I'm going to do is take my other lens and move it in the way, and look what happens. Does that not kind of look? Here, hold on. Let me make the sphere a little bit smaller. Trying to do this while keeping it all in the whoa. Nope, gonna have to make it a little bit bigger. Now that kind of gets in the way. Man, I just had it. I have a big one. There you go. And then you even see the off to the side, how we're always seeing that one weird, we were seeing that one weird thing. But doesn't that almost kind of look like the eclipse right there? If I take my fingers out of the way here, it's hard to hold the lens and not get your fingers in the way. Now I know it's hard, but try to see through the those dots on the top. But that lens kind of coming in blacks it out just like the eclipse. So just something I was playing with, and you even get that halo off to the side. I bet if I spent enough time I could figure out how to get the whole thing over there. But there you go, guys, the eclipse, just with lenses. I'm thinking that, I don't know, about the lights in front, kind of weird, but the eclipse in the back is what I'm more focused on. So there you go, just a lens coming in. So who knows what's going on in the sky, folks? They do not have to be solid objects at all. It could be air being moved around in certain ways. We don't really know. So that's it. That's it. Good times for all here, signing out. And as always, thanks for watching. Caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.